Hey fam, all right, if I don't do this now, I'm not going to do it because I am entering the stages of delirium during my fast right now. This is Fasting John here. No, I'm just kidding. What's up, guys? It's Vigo here. I am 48 hours and 14 minutes into a fast right now. Originally, it was just going to be 36 hours from Saturday night at 11:11 p.m. to this afternoon at 11:11 a.m. It's now 11:25 in the evening at night or whatever the fuck you want to call it, and I am 48 hours in. Um, yeah. Just wanted you guys to know that at this point, I am fasting to drop weight so that I could run. I really, really, really want to run again. I've done a little running, but it's honestly not even running. What I've been doing, it's been so slow, and my recovery from the runs is not optimal just because of how much I weigh. Now I don't weigh like I weigh like a normal American male weight right now. But a normal American male cannot run long distances for anything, for any reason really. I can hike a lot right now. I can bike a lot right now, but I can't really run. And I know a lot of that has to do with the fact that I haven't run a lot, but it also has to do with the fact of my weight. And I probably could build up to some kind of respectable distance at this weight, but I'd risk injury and I wouldn't be able to ever really run fast. So I'm fasting, and that is the motivation behind my fasts right now. Besides looking a little better, but I'm really not concerned with that as much as I used to be. Um, a couple of years ago, a year ago, or even a few months ago, I'm pretty happy with the way I look. I know I'll look a lot better once I lose all that weight for running, but it's not about looks anymore. It's about performance. If I'm looking down, it's just because I wrote all these notes on my glass desk. And, excuse the mess behind me. I am a little more than 2 weeks into school, and I was decluttering my apartment before school started. I hurt my back with some extracurricular activities, and yeah. Um, but I wanted to talk about how fasting feels. I know I did a fasting video last week, and I just also wanted to say really quick that and excuse me if my brain is a little slow. This is the effects of the fast. Sometimes I'm really clear and energized, and sometimes I'm like this, which is most of the time. Um, and that's like just a low energy, and a general idleness is a lot more frequent than a high energy, high productivity periods. But I want to say I have to get out of the mode of like worrying about how things look and how I look and what the plan is for the video, and just start creating and producing. And I know that I'll get better as the days go by, as the months go by, if I just start creating and producing and just really hitting this channel up with some videos. And if it doesn't blow up, it doesn't blow up, and I'm just gonna start a new channel and figure it out from there. I have a couple really good ideas for channels, and I might do that anyway. And this just might be like a testing run, so bear with me. I hope you guys do enjoy the content of these videos. But I wanted to say, when I'm fasting, everything just slows down, and I have this general awareness of my body that I do not have during like normal times when I'm eating, and it's like this tactile sense that I could almost feel my skin. I know that sounds crazy, but I could almost feel my skin without touching myself in different areas. Um, and I'm just very aware of my weight also. It's a weird phenomenon, but I feel fatter when I'm fasting than I do if I'm eating. I know that sounds crazy because I should feel leaner and I'm lighter, and because I've lost all the water weight after 36 hours or so, but that is not the case. I feel fatter when I'm fasting. Like today, I felt the fattest I have in months. when I was going to classes and walking around campus. Now, some of that had to do with the fact that I was wearing some new jeans, but most of it's just, I don't know. I just have this sense of my body. Like you can tell exactly what's going on with your body when you're fasting for long periods of time. And I think a long period of time is anything over 36 hours. 36 hours is pretty much the barrier between a fast and something that's getting serious. When you get to 48 hours, like I am right now, things start to happen. And what I mean by things start to happen is the first time I got to 48 hours, which was way back last September, late September, at around 48, 49 hours, that first fast, my legs, I was sitting down just like I am now at my desk, and my legs started to vibrate. It was a very weird sensation. And I don't mean like a little vibration. I mean my legs started to like vibrate, like my entire both legs just started to vibrate. It scared the fucking shit out of me. I lasted like 3 hours, 4 hours more of that fast, and I was like, you gotta eat. I had no idea what was going on. I thought I was having like some severe reaction. That's normal. What happened with my legs, at least for me. Everyone experienced fast differently. I have more than enough fat to live on for probably 45, 60 days. Maybe not that long, maybe 40 days, I'd say I could live. Not comfortably, but I could live and not worry about dying with the fat I have on my body. Perhaps it's 30, but don't worry, I'm not going that long this fast. Like I said, it was only supposed to be 36 hours, and it's turned out to. And once I was at like 20 hours or 23 hours, I switched my fasting counter to 60 hours, and that 60 hours would end tomorrow at 11 a.m. Like 10, 12 hours ago, I thought, why not go 84 hours? So I'm not sure. I might change my counter at 84 hours, and I might stop at 60 hours. I might stop at 65 hours. But it's a success. It's a success now because the original goal was 36 hours. I'm not going to eat tonight. 98% sure of that. I'm never going to say 100% because, who knows what's going to happen. I do pretty much know what's going to happen, but, I'm just saying. So tomorrow would be 60 hours at 11:11, and I'm not even sure I'd be able to eat then because I have work, and I have class right after work, and I have class right before work, and so if I do decide to cut it short at 60 hours, it'll probably be more like 63 or 64 hours by the time I'm even able to get near any food that I'd want to eat. I do eat special things after my fast. And I don't want to talk about those foods right now because I'm fasting, so I don't want to talk about food. But I will say everything slows down. The thing about everything slowing down when I'm fasting is, I don't know how to put it, and excuse me if I'm a little slow right now. The brain function is not near optimal right now. But I really wanted to make this video for you guys because you get to see me in the fasted state 48 hours in. You know exactly what's happening. Lack of sleep last night. I did write a play last night. I did do some other schoolwork, and I was doing some other work on the computer that I might talk about in the future. It's a business that I'm starting. And that's another reason for another channel if this doesn't blow up, because I want to promote my new business on a popular YouTube channel and not something that's dead. So, if you guys like these videos and this content and you guys think I can teach you something or you just enjoy them, share them, because or else they're just going to go away and I'm going to have to start a new channel. And I don't necessarily want to do that. I'm not really sure at the moment. But what I was saying about slowing down, it's really nice if you have a fast-paced life. Slowing down during a fast, like my blood is moving slower, my heartbeat is down, my blood pressure is down, my body functions have shut down to a certain extent. They definitely slowed down because my body is conserving as much energy as it can because I don't have any sugars and glucose ready in my bloodstream because those are all exhausted. And those are all generally exhausted after 24 hours. There could have been remnants of some of that glucose in my system. But with my activity level, I probably exhausted all of those glucose stores by, I'd say, 18 hours. And that's one of the things I want to talk about too. When you're active like I am, when you're running, when you're cycling, when you're hiking, these fasts are harder. I'm not saying I'm Superman, but my fasts are generally harder, at least in the first few days, than they are for someone who lives a sedentary life. Because my body, when I'm hiking and running and cycling, sometimes if those efforts are really hard or long, my body needs time to recover, and it needs a lot of nutrients for days that follow. And when I'm not bringing in those nutrients, like I ran on Saturday, started the fast Saturday night. Now I only ran 2.15 miles, and I walked a bit. So it's not that big of a deal, but my body's not used to running. And I am heavy right now. I am overweight to run. I'm overweight in general, but I'm definitely overweight to run. So it takes a toll. And I probably needed nutrients, on Sunday and today to just recover from that run, sadly. So it's harder. It's harder. My body gets more of a shock when I'm fasting because I'm so active as opposed to someone who's sedentary. And especially just going to classes today, walking all around. I mean, I walked 3 or 4 miles today, which is not a lot, but that is more than a lot of people that do fast do. So it's harder to fast when you're at that activity level. Even though it wasn't that much, I did a small performance too in class, so that took energy and just the amount of brain energy I've needed over the past few days studying and writing a play and writing responses for some of my other classes in psychiatry. I mean, in psychology, but I'm just thinking the responses were about psychiatry for psychology classes. So, yeah. Let's see, what else we got here? Oh, I got Snapchat for the first time tonight because this girl gave me her Snapchat, and normally I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. You don't want to give me your number? Whatever. Because that's definitely kind of a test. But I shouldn't have said you don't want to give me your number like that. I should have said I'm only gonna get the Snapchat if the girl's worth it. And before now, it hasn't really been worth it. But this girl is pretty bomb. So I got Snapchat for the first time. And I had to start messaging one of my friends a little while through, because I connected with all the other people that were connected to my phone through numbers and emails. And I had to start messaging someone, text messaging someone, because I couldn't follow the conversation because messages were disappearing, and it was just funny. And I was like, listen, my brain is not there right now. So shout out. I'm not going to say her name, but she watches the channel. One thing I will say when I'm fasting, even if it's summer, even if it's break and I'm not in classes, is that I have this great feeling of unproductivity. In June, I did a little more than 4.5 day fast. I did a 113-hour fast, so I was 7 hours short of, right? Am I right? Hold on, shit. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little messed up right now. Yeah, I was 7 hours short of 5 days. And I will tell that story tonight in a second about what happened and why I only went 113 hours. What was I saying? Oh, on productivity. I feel bad about being unproductive during my fast. But the way I rationalize it now is that I am shaving weeks weeks and months worth of work to lose this weight had I tried it normally, just through cutting down on calories and more exercise and all these variables. By doing this fast, by doing future fasts, rather than losing the weight so slowly. And this is really the only thing that works for me besides riding my fucking bike every day for 60 or 70 miles, which I can't do while I'm in school, sadly. I lost 20 pounds like straight up, bam, and kept them off after the ride last summer. And if you didn't watch the last video about my weight loss, I've lost 70 pounds, a little over 70 pounds now since moving to Colorado. So watch that video. It's the last video before this. It's called the way I lost 70 pounds in Colorado, or my 70-pound weight loss, something like that. It's the last video before this. So I'm shaving weeks and weeks off of that time, and months off of that weight loss time, and I do feel bad about the unproductive life I lead while fasting. Like I said, I got some work done yesterday. I wrote a play. I did some reading. I did some other work on my computer related to a new business that I am building. It's months away from launching. So it's not even worth talking about right now. Also not worth talking about right now because I don't want someone to steal my idea. So there's that. But let's get into the story about what happened and why I broke that 113-hour fast. That was originally scheduled for 7 days, and I was almost at 5 days. I was feeling really good. Around 96 hours into the fast, around 4 days into the fast, I noticed that I ran out of coffee filters. And that's important because this is just water, by the way. That's important because I drink water, black coffee, and I have some herbal tea during my fasts. So I ran out of coffee filters. I'm not going to go ghetto and use paper towels as filters. I don't think I even had paper towels left in the house, so there's that. But I used paper towels for filters when I was in Cartagena because I couldn't find any filters in any supermarket in Cartagena, which I thought was like, what? It's a civilized place, but they didn't have coffee filters. They probably use those metal coffee makers. I forget what they're called right now. They probably use espresso machines where you don't need a filter, etc. But anyway, went to buy coffee filters. First, I went to Walmart. Because of all this COVID and things like that, Walmart closed at 8:30. I knew that they closed at 8:30 like a few months prior to that. I hadn't been there in a couple months, but I wasn't aware. I figured they changed it to at least a little later by then, but they hadn't. But I was able to walk in, like the doors were open, so that's also why I thought it was open. Once I walked in, I noticed that things were a little off. There wasn't that many people there, but the parking lot was like half full. Because a lot of people spend the night in our Walmart parking lot in their RVs and their trucks and their cars and the overnight workers. So it didn't look like it was closed until I walked in. So I walked through the Walmart a little, and then I walked out after maybe 100 yards in, 100 yards back, and I passed by the candy, and I passed by the Hershey's bars, and I normally do not eat Hershey bars. I eat Hershey's bars now after this day, but I normally don't really eat them, and I saw them, and I was like, fuck, a Hershey bar sounds so good. So because I couldn't buy the filter. They had filters at Walmart, obviously. Because I couldn't buy them there, I had to go to another supermarket. I had to go to the Safeway in Alamosa. And being there and walking through the aisles to the filters, walking through all the food and the fresh breads and the cheeses and the pizzas and ice cream and the meats and the cereals. This is not good talking about this, but I'll be fine for at least 60 hours, for another 12 hours. Really got me. And by the time I checked out, I think the hammer had been laid, and I even told someone I knew in the supermarket that I was fasting. And my brain switched, and I couldn't turn off the switch. The switch turned on. I lay in bed that night. Now I'm at 97, 98, 99 hours. No, I'm already past that. I'm like at by the time I was in bed that night, I was at like 104, 105 hours. And I just went to sleep dreaming or thinking and then dreaming probably of all the good, delicious foods I could eat. And that was it. When I woke up in the morning, I could have made it another 7 hours to 120, but I probably would not have made it past that, especially with food in the house. So I had a can of lentil soup, Amy's organic lentil soup, and I passed right out like 20 minutes later. It takes a lot out of you when you eat after such a long period of time, especially when there's lack of sleep going on. Um, I'm sorry if this video is a little disjointed, and that's mainly because my brain is not as focused as it would be since I've been fasting. I'm having a hunger pain right now. I guess maybe because I've been talking for so long. Water helps. Don't drink too much water when you fast, though. You could have hyponatremia, and that is just when your body loses too much salt, and it could bring about vomiting and many other nasty side effects. It's not healthy. Left untreated, it could be fatal. So be careful. Nothing is good in abundance for your body. So there's that. But finishing the story, I ate the soup, and my fast was over. One more thing I will say tonight before I just check in with my runs is that I plan on doing a very long fast in December. I want to not eat for the whole month of December. What do I think the chances of not eating in December are? I think they're low. I think I have like a 12.5% chance of not eating for the whole month of September. If I'm being honest, it's probably a lot less than that. It's probably like 4.5%. Right now, at least. I will say that I want a girlfriend right now. I'm not sure if I want a serious girlfriend, like semi-serious. But if it turns serious, so be it. I'm not gonna fight it at all, because I'm sick of the games and pettiness and fucking bullshit text wars that go on with women. And I know guys do it too. I'm not excusing guys, and I'm not excusing myself, but if I could do without it, I would do without it and just tell you straight up what the fuck is going on. Because I normally do. I was playing the text games for a while, but I stopped because I'm like, this is not me. I'm dumbing down my language. I no longer dumb down my language with women. And if they don't like it, fuck it. They're not right for me. That's how I figure it out. It's a lot of things I've been figuring out as I go along. And I realized that I should have these things figured out already. But you guys need to realize that I was with Blake for a very, very long time. And I might do a video about Blake in the future, and I might not. But things did get fucked up with me. But something that didn't get fucked up, it just was unused, was my ability to talk to new women, my ability to keep the conversation going, and my ability to know what the fuck to say, because I don't know what to say sometimes in some situations. But I've started to realize that it doesn't matter. Like, if a girl doesn't like me because I don't know what to say, or because I'm new to a certain situation, then she can go get fucked. I want the woman who's gonna not understand me, but that's gonna be okay with whoever I am at that point. And I'm not getting into some soft shit right now. I'm getting into some real shit. If someone doesn't like you for who you are in that moment, tell them to go get fucked. So that's what I've been doing. I've been telling some women to get fucked because they're just being stupid. Either things are too slow for them, has happened this summer, amazingly, even though I'm not that slow, but, a few hours, maybe a night without some fucking wild sex with someone that I haven't met, that might be cool. Some women are cool with that, and then some women, I'm too fast, so I guess I have to find that happy medium. I don't necessarily like using that phrase, but hey. So let's get into the runs. I hope I explained everything that I meant to explain tonight, and if you have any questions, please leave them below. Thumb up the video, leave a comment, and tell me what you guys want to see. But this is me raw, very raw, 48 and a half hours into a fast right now. So I hope you get to see where my brain is at, and just my general I guess mental acumen. But I guess I said that when I said my brain. Let's look at the run. So this was Saturday's run. It's 2.15 miles, 25 minutes, 11:41 pace. Nothing to brag about. I did have some PRs. Now, when I say I had some PRs, I had some PRs in my current state, of fitness. I've run more than twice this fast over 2 miles. I've run under 10 minutes for 2 miles, and I'm not going to get into the exact time I had because that was a long time ago. So whatever. But I've run a lot faster than this. So yeah, that was my run on Saturday. This was a photo of me after the run. Running is motherfucking hard. It is much harder than cycling because you could take breaks, and it is a lot harder than hiking. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something about fasting, and if you decide to fast, please be safe. Please research it. I have read article upon article, blog post about blog post, and comment after comment after comment, and post after post after post on Reddit about fasting. So I do know what I'm doing to a certain extent. I am not an expert yet, but I do know what I'm doing for myself at least. So if you're going to do this for yourself, don't take my word. Do your own research and figure it out for yourself. That is the best way. It does take more time, but it is the best way because what works for me, these extended fasts really work for me losing weight. They might not work for you. Intermittent fasting might work for you. ADF, which is alternate day fasting, when you fast for 36 hours and eat for 12 hours and continue that cycle for as long as you can, might work for you better. This works for me the best, doing these long fasts every few weeks or every few months. I do take the weight off. I do keep it off. I've tried other methods, but the only other method that works for me weight loss wise is to ride or hike long distances every day, and I cannot do that while I'm in school. I'd love to, but I can't do it while I'm in school. Does this take down my productivity while I'm in school? Yes, but I am getting stuff done, and I don't know how long this fast is gonna last. Like I said, the original goal was 36 hours. Now it's 60 hours. I will make the 60 hours. That's less than 12 hours from now. That's easy, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna go to 84 hours or 96 hours. Or 110 or 120 hours or even longer than that. I probably won't. I'll probably stop at 60 tomorrow or 84 the next day, and 96 or what's the next 12-hour limit after that? Or 108 is not out of this realm, but it'll probably be around 60, 70, 80 hours if I could take a guess. But I will make another video tomorrow night if I am still fasting. Otherwise, my AmeriCorps video on depression should be coming out soon. There's been some hiccups because I wanted to add a bunch of content to it, and I've also been kind of wary about putting it out there because I do expose a lot about myself. Anyway, share this video, like this video. I will see you guys soon.